All right, boys and girls, welcome back to the drive-thru for this wonderful Thursday morning. Shout out to spring. It's almost here. We're going to get teased today, and then it's supposed to be cold again, and then maybe we'll start fishing soon. Dom, do you fish? You don't go fishing? Good. Nice. You ever caught one of those big striper down there? I have not. I've tried. Okay. Hey, let's do a 2-minute history of math, okay? Somebody turned addition into multiplication, so someone was sick of going 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 30, so then they say that's just 5 times 6, okay? And then people got sick of using numbers because they were like, well, 8 times what is 112? And they're like, well, I don't know what that is. I can't do that in my head. So then they invented algebra. And algebra was just a system that was used primarily to predict things. Okay? So here you'd be predicting, what number would we have to multiply 8 by to get 112? And I don't even know what the answer is. Okay? So then they came up with a little bit more complex versions of algebra. So, you know, we were solving all sorts of equations, so we just did that one. If you had x plus 7 equals 10, what would you do to both sides? You would subtract 7 from both sides. If you had x over 7 equals 10, what would you do to both sides? You'd multiply both sides by 7. Okay, if you had x squared equals 10, what would you do to both sides? You would take the square root of both sides, and essentially, that was Algebra 1, okay? And then we came in and we started the year, and for 5 weeks we redid all that stuff, because it's the most important stuff, for sure, okay? And then recently we got into like, well, what if x to the 7th equals 10? How do you find x? Very good. You take the 7th root of both sides, okay? So that got a little weirder. That's newer. You're not as comfortable with that. But so then, last chapter, you learned, first we just learned what that looked like. It's just an equation, right? And we graphed it, and we graphed its inverse, and we saw the relationship. Well, today, see, that's the thing about math. We keep you in the dark of what you don't know how to do, which is probably not the right move. So you've never been asked this question in your whole life. So you didn't even know that you don't know how to solve it. Now you can solve anything in math with guess and check. So you could have put like, so what's 2 squared? 4. What's 2 to the 3rd? 8. What's 2 to the 4th? 16. So we know that x is in between what two numbers here? It's in between 3 and 4. And you could keep guessing and put that in your calculator to find it. But that's just not the best way to do it. So what we're doing today is we are using our change of base formula and our log formula to solve these things. And so for the rest of the bell, we are just going to do the entire left column of this worksheet together. And we're going to go fast. Okay? So I certainly will take questions, but I also don't want this video to be so long that no one will watch it. So here we go. Number 1. 2 to the x equals 5. Okay, we won't do this every time, but take a guess. Write down a guess for your answer. That's a random guess. Okay? It's a little more than 2 is my guess. Alright, so look, here's how you do all these. Dom, go ahead. You don't have to wait for me. Go ahead. Okay? Once it gets into the form where you just have a number to a power, then you just change it. What is the base here? It's 2. So then you change it into this log base 2 of what? Of 5 equals x. That's the whole point of logs. It gets rid of that problem. Now, we're done. I mean, we're not done, but now we just got to remember how to put this in your calculator. Okay? So I'll show you 2 ways. Okay, so unfortunately, not all of you are going to be able to use this method, okay? One thing you can do, let me just get off my, okay, if you get to a clear screen, one way to do this is go Math, go up, see this log base, hit that. We want log base 2, and then you hit over, of 5, there's the parentheses you're talking about, Alex. You hit enter, and there's my answer, 2.322. Let's go to 3 decimal places today on this worksheet, okay? So x equals 2.322. Now, some of you out there were not able to do that in your calculator. So you have to remember that the log base 2 of 5, do you remember another way we can write that? It's the log of 5 divided by, now do you know? The log of 2. So if I put that in my calculator, and I have to use parentheses, no, probably not. Log of 5, close them, divided by log of 2, close it, equals, same answer, okay? So those are your 2 ways to put that in the calculator. Does everybody understand it? Because from here on out in the video, I'm just going to ask you guys what the answer is. I'm no longer going to show you how to do that in your calculator. But I will personally show you, but I'm not on the video. Are we good to go? Okay. Jack, you can hit the lights. So again, we're going to do all the odds. 3. 5 to the x plus 1 is 25, okay? What's the base? Very good. So log base 5 of what again? Of 25 equals x plus 1. Okay? Somebody do log base 5 of 25 for me, please. Is it 2? Of course it is. What that's saying is 5 squared is 25. So 2 is x plus 1. Next step, subtract 1, and you get x is 1. Okay? Next. Three to the 2x plus 3 equals 7. Is it minus? Thank you. Okay, what's the base? Page! Hey, this guy's a fake teacher back there. That's Mr. Brian Page. Okay, I'll be over to see you. You gonna be here all day? That's a full day of work at Reading High School. All right, I'll see you. Log base 3 of 7 equals what? Oh, sorry. I'll get to that. There you go. Okay, now give it to me. Okay, now we just solve it like a normal equation. So add 3. And most of these answers are going to be weird, okay? Divide by 2. And what do you get? 2.3856, okay? I said the third, well, yeah, if it was 2.3856, I took that 5. This was more than a half, so I rounded it up to 6. That's how rounding works. Okay? If you're not good at rounding, then you should just write a lot of numbers and be accurate that way. Okay? All right. So, 7 is a little different. Five plus 2 to the x plus 6 equals 9. Okay? Lex? You won't add the 5. You won't multiply the 5. You will subtract the 5. And that is because logs are meant to get rid of exponents. Well, we've got more than just exponents going on over here. We've got addition and exponents. So we are going to get rid of the addition the same way we always would have, with subtraction. So that's gone. That leaves us 2 to the x plus 6 equals 4. What's the base? So now we just write it as log base 2 of 4 equals x plus 6. And this, is that 2? Is log base 2 of 4 2? Final step. And you get x is negative 4. Okay? So at this point, if you want to stop listening to me and do the rest of this, you can. I'm going to fulfill my word, and I'm going to do all the odd ones so that you guys have a great start. Okay? Number 9. 1 minus 3 to the 2x equals negative 5. Oh, if you've worked ahead, you might want to slow down one step because we haven't done this yet. Okay? So, once again, we're going to subtract 1 from both sides. You get negative 3 to the 2x equals negative 6. Okay, I haven't practiced these all that much. Yeah. Your calculator does not like negative bases for logs. So all you're going to do is just divide each side by negative 1. And now you get 3 to the 2x equals positive 6. And now you can go to work. So log base, what's our base? Of 6 equals 2x. I need help with the log base 3 of 6. 6. Thank you. Divide that by 2. Should it be 3, 1? Okay, there you go. Good job, Lex. Thank you for speaking up. And what's that divided by 2? 0.8155. And since it's 5, 5, I'm just going to write an extra one because I don't like rounding the 5s. It's right in the middle. Okay? I know. Oh, yeah, 5 and above. Give it a shove. What's the other one? Yeah, but that's the problem. That's what I just explained to you. That's why I don't like the 5s. You just had 5 in both rhymes. Her rhyme was 5 and above, give it a shove. 5 and below, let it go. Well, what if it's, oh, it's 4 and below. I still think 5's right in the middle, but we'll just not argue about that for right now. What are we on? 11? 11's just written a little bit different. 5 to the 2x plus 7 minus 1 equals 8. Okay? Again, we cannot use logarithms to get rid of subtraction. So we have to add 1 to both sides. And you get 5 to the 2x plus 7 equals 9. Now, what's the base? Log base 5 of 9 is 2x plus 7. Help me out.
1.29.
Rounded right?
Yes. Divided by 7.
No.
I mean subtract 7.
There you go. Subtract 7.
And you get negative 5.7.
Log 5, 9, right? I got a 1.365.
Yeah,
Okay. You might have hit something wrong on your calculator. Okay, no problem. No problem. Time out. 1 point what?
365.
You guys agree? Subtract 7 from that, Jacob?
That'd be negative 5.635.
Equals 2x, and divide that by positive 2. $817? All right, thank you. For some reason, I decided to box that one. That's fine. I love it. We're getting totally into rounding. The things that interest us. It's awesome. All right, we're just moving on. 13. Okay, so don't be freaked out. Log. What's down there that you can't see? A 10. Very good. Log base 10 of x equals 2. Now we're going to write it in exponential form. So 10 to the what? That's right. Equals x, so x equals 100. So now we're kind of back to where we're doing simple ones. Okay? If you haven't noticed, we are now going in the other direction. As long as you know what the base is, I don't think you'll mess these up. What do you think we got to do in number 15 first? It says, that's right. No, yeah, subtract 2, right? Oh yeah, there you go. Log of 2x plus 2 equals 6. Don't do anything until you get the log by itself. So subtract 2 from both sides. Log of 2x equals 4. Remember, there's a little hidden 10 down there. Okay? So now we know that 10 to the 4th is 2x. 10 to the 4th, well, that's 10 squared, 10 cubed, 10 to the 4th. So 5 grand is x. How do we do on that? All right, 3 more. I'm going to pause and let you guys get caught up. Okay, so 17. Log of 5x plus 62 equals 62. This seems intriguing. Right? Isn't that what it says? So subtract 62 from both sides, and you get log of 5x. So log base 10, of 5x equals 0. 10 to the 0 equals 5x. Here's where you guys would make your mistake, and I would totally understand it. You would say 10 to the 0 is 0, but it's not. It's 1. Anything to the 0 power is 1. And that's because you could consider 10 to the 0, I'm making this up, 10 to the 5th divided by 10 to the 5th. What's any number divided by itself? 1. But what's another rule of this that you can do to the exponents? You could subtract them. So that's how you know that 10 to the 0 is 1. Okay? So you get 1 equals 5x, divide each side by 5, and you get 1/5, or 0.2 equals x. I'll take them all as decimals if you want to keep them as decimals. If you like fractions, then good for you. You're a throwback. And it is Throwback Thursday, I guess. Everybody good with that one? That was kind of tough. Okay. I'm scared of this one secretly. Log of 4x minus 3. Okay, sorry, by the way, this is 19. Oh, plus 6 equals 4. Subtract 6 from both sides. Okay? I got a 10 down there. I got to always remember that. So that means, oh, this isn't that bad. 10 to the negative 2 is 4x minus 3. Okay? 10 to the negative 2, just give it to me as a decimal. 0.01. That's 1/100th. That's 1 over 10 squared. Just so you're following along with everything we learned. Okay? It's all the same thing. Equals 4x minus 3. Add 3 divided by 4. What's 3.01 divided by 4? 0.753. Properly rounded. Okay? Alright. And 21 is not going to be as bad as I thought. I thought we were going to have to use our exponent rules, but we don't at all. We just got to take 2 steps before we switch to exponential form. So 2 times the log of 250x minus 6 equals 4. Okay, remember there's going to be a 10 down there eventually. So, first step. It's our last one together. Add the 6. Very good, Jacob. You get 2 times the log of 250x equals 10. Next step. You don't add the 2. That's right. What's the 2 doing? It's multiplying, so we got to divide it. So you get log base 10 of 250x equals 5. And now we're ready to go. What's the base? 10 to the what? Okay? 10 to the 5th is 10 with 5. Well, it's 1 with 5 zeros. Whoops. Thank you. And divide 100,000 by 250. And there you go. All right. Thank you, guys. Boom!